I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I. Vaporeon at the Kamisu General Park. Let me show you what the future of amusement looks like. Laptop down. Laptop, hey, come back, come back. I can hear it breaking. In the car now. About to turn right, heading to a place where I can do a bit of cycling, a bit of skateboard ollie practice. But I should probably turn this music off, otherwise I'll have to pay YouTube for the rights to using a Clannad remix. Best game of all time. Turning right! Check out the weather today! So nice! When I arrive, gonna get the Brompton out, use my skateboard backpack. Welcome to the first episode of Driving with NihongoGamer. I don't know if there will ever be another episode of this, but if there is, this is the first episode. So there's a skate park here, in the middle of nowhere, next to the wind generators. I'm keen to test that out in a minute, though I won't be able to use any of the ramps because I'm not that good. I'm gonna be doing some cycling, gonna be doing some skating, going to be doing some exploring, and we're all gonna do it starting now. I think I've just invented something amazing. I call it the Brompton board. When you're not on the Brompton properly, you can still ride. What do you think of that? I'm some kind of genius. Alright, first things first, this is the bag I'm using today. I want to go cycling first, so I'm going to actually attach this to my bag so that I don't bump anyone on the way. And hopefully it's going to stay in place. I've also got my laptop so I can actually do a bit of work later on because I'm a workaholic. And so am I. It's from the man who knew too little, I think. Want to know a joke I like? I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I. That looks okay to me. Don't think it's going to bother anyone. Let's jump on the bike. Before I even start, just want to show you the skate park over here. This is where all the people are enjoying a bit of skating. I'll be joining them hopefully later on. But first, I want to get on the bike, do a bit of cycling. But even before that, the first thing we have to do is a Pokémon check. And there is a gym here, Kamisu General Park, which is where I'm at now. Vaporeon at the Kamisu General Park. This skate park here is actually a Pokestop, the skating rink of Kamisu. Let's go ahead and spin it, spin it. Oh, what's this? I've never had that before. A revive. Sweet. Maybe I have had that before. Good, so I got a revive from the skate park. Hey, that's interesting. Revive, skate park. Time to do a bit of cycling. Beetle. I really want a beetle one day. Future amusement. Let me show you what the future of amusement looks like. It looks like this. Future amusement game. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of those white elephants that was constructed probably in the 80s or 70s. I'm not sure what time, when Japan had lots of money, basically. There is nothing here now. In fact, that's what a lot of Japanese cities look like in the countryside. Loads of really huge parking lots with buildings that are completely empty. The bubble burst, and a lot of the countryside places which exploded with people and money, the businesses disappeared, and now it's just kind of empty, rusty signs. This is really, really common in the countryside. All right, so just realized, of course, that I haven't eaten anything. So even before cycling, probably time to get some food in the restaurant now. Let's check out the menu. Menu time. Living is easy. Ooh, hamburger. Or is that a steak? Oh, that's steak. That's hamburger. Curry. Curry time. It's curry time. Eat curry everywhere. Everywhere you go. Alright, that was a brilliant lunch. Just had curry at this little cafe. I don't even think it has a name. It literally is just someone's house. You can see it's literally just, it looks like it's just someone's house. But on the inside, I really loved the decor with the brick wallpaper. It reminds me a little bit of Animal Crossing. I'm gonna head back over to the amusement center now for Pop and Ollie. future amusement game. I have just cycled past a playground. It's got one of these ripcords, and I don't see anyone to get in my way. Yeah! Ripcord time! I'll put you here. Laptop down. Laptop, hey, come back, come back! Hell yeah. I can hear it breaking. Coming up to the windmills now. End of the road. Okay, maybe if I get down to that path there, there'll be a left turn. There's one right there. We're getting very close. I feel like quite an interesting adventure, this one, like chasing wind turbines. But what's really great about them as a navigational marker is that they're so big. You can pretty much see them from anywhere. What on earth? That's humongous. Oh my god. That's epic. Why is it so big? This is Evangelion territory. So many of them going down this road. You can see them all kind of in canon or in phase. Perfectly in phase or perfectly out of phase? I'm not even sure. Something I've always wondered after watching an anime called A Certain Scientific Railgun, I think that's what it's called. I think they said in that anime that it's all a conspiracy theory and that actually these turbines don't actually power, they don't actually power generators, they actually are powered by electricity. They make quite a nice noise though, you can't really hear it. And it looks like they've got a number of, I'm not really sure what these paintings are, they're memorials or commemorative, or maybe they were drawn by elementary students. What on earth is that? Kittens underwater? Or maybe they're astronauts. I didn't actually see, it was too fast. Oh, this was all done last year. Check this out, this was all done very, very recently. Whoa, this one is epic. There's something nice about being on a bike which makes it just a little bit easier to stop, get off and look at anything. In a car, it's just a little bit, you turn off the engine, you gotta find a safe place to park. I just love having a bike just for this epic freedom, it's so good. So if you don't have a Brompton already, now's the time. Pop an ollie. So much harder than it looks. Today I'm drinking Aquarius. I don't recommend it. I believe Aquarius is actually owned by Coca-Cola, the brand which is famously always trying to find ways to monetize water. Makes you think that you'll be good at sports if you drink it. I just like the taste. These windmills are amazing. Just looking at them, you realize how epic humanity is. It would be an obscene waste to be here and not, sorry there's more light here, and not try a bit of Pokemon Go. This is pretty much exactly where we are. You can see the windmills up there and we're standing down here. I don't see any Pokemon at all, but if you have a look at this, that is definitely the shadow of a Scyther. I don't know specifically where he is, but he's nearby. Sadly, no Pokemon here by the windmills. That's a shame. I was hoping that maybe there would be a windmill-style Pokemon around here. Maybe like a Poliwag or a Poliwrath or Poliwhirl. I'm not really sure what they're called. Do let me know in the comments if you remember what it's actually called. Those guys are actually painting, they're actually painting the thing right now. That was really, really cool to see. I didn't expect that. I just found a particularly good one. Check this out. What's this? This is so epic. Anime style. Check this out. Dinosaurs are amazing. And so is this picture. Dinosaurs. The one thing that you wish they would teach you about every single year after second grade is dinosaurs. But you realize after second grade, dinosaurs are never put back on the curriculum. Why is that? All right, so this is the park. As you can see, it's a little bit dark and it's not incredibly smooth, but it is very, very wide open, which is nice. And I'll just give you a quick look at what it looks like. Very, very cool. It's got ramps and all sorts of stuff that you can jump up and down on, do a few tricks. I can't do any tricks, so literally I'm just looking at them and rolling past them. since the practice session the other day on the street, this has probably been more successful because of the crouching down on the board low and just getting ready thing. That was really, really helpful. Consistency is really tough, but I think that only comes with doing it every single day. Sun setting, did a lot of practice. These guys have been really, really friendly to me. Gave me a bit of advice with my skating. Told me a little bit about the park. It's brand new, this place. It's only 2 years old, but you can see it's nice and calm, and I'm sure that with all the kids coming here to play soccer, there's a soccer, football area over there, there's going to be more and more people who are going to get interested in skateboarding because it's right by the car park. Very, very cool to see all this stuff happening in Japan, even in the countryside. Alright, coming to the end of the day, and I'm standing at a shop that I was suggested to go to by the guys who are at the skate park. This is called Mellow Stones. That's the name of the shop that we're in today, and I'm pulling on the wrong door because I'm gifted like that. It was only made in May of this year, on 5月. The 20th of May this year. So this shop is absolutely brand spanking new. He's got tons of really, really cool, interesting designs, lots of stuff from the West. Check this out. There are Japanese magazines here as well that you can check out. They've got a free magazine called Board Kill. You can check out all sorts of Japanese stuff, all the latest spots that people are skating out in Tokyo. That's really, really cool. Got a TV running with stuff, shoes, all the awesome shoes. Apparently this is a Japanese board as well. This is for a skater called Atsushi Sato. So if you know who Atsushi Sato is, he's got a board. You can come and buy that. All sorts of t-shirts and cool stuff, but this is probably the coolest thing I've seen in the shop. These are accessories that have been made out of skateboard. How immense is that? So it's actually, if you've seen the side of a skateboard, you'll see that it's actually made of these layers of different bits of wood, usually 6 or 8. Okay, I can't remember how many layers it is. But there's a guy nearby here who makes skateboard accessories out of all bits of skateboard, which is absolutely immense. We've got bangles, necklaces, earrings. Definitely one to consider as a gift. This is pretty cool as well. It's a beer bottle which has been redesigned so that it says made in hell. That's epic. This is the guy. 名前は何ですか? Yamaguchi. This is Mr. Yamaguchi. So if you're ever in Ibaraki, in Kashima, definitely check out on your GPS, just look out for the Kashima skate park and this shop which is called Mellow Stones. M-E-L-L-O-W Stones. And check this out, I've just asked him. He's got an Instagram page as well, so if you check out mellowstones_skate shop, you'll find this shop on Instagram. This place is so cool. He's got everything and definitely the best selection of boards I've seen for a while, because actually I bought my board in Tokyo and I thought there wasn't actually that much selection. I got the one that looks pretty, I actually quite liked the one that I got. But if I had seen this one, I totally would have bought this one. Melting clocks, just like Dali, it's a Dali, right? This man knows his art. The Dali painting of the melting clocks. So much cool stuff here. He's got wax, he's got, I don't know, bones, what do you even call them? Bearings, wheels, tons of stuff. Definitely, even if you're in the Inaka, if you're in the countryside in Japan, definitely a place to check out. Come and pick up some cool sunglasses, or I'm not even sure what this is. これ何ですか? Ah, you put your drink bottle in this. あれ、冷たいから? Keep. So it keeps it, maybe protects your water bottle and keeps it cool or warm or whatever it is you're trying to do to them. I'm really, really impressed that there's such a nice shop out here in the middle of the countryside, but it's really, really cool and he's just opened in May of this year, so it's brand new. This is an epic skateboard, check this out. I saw it, this looks like a G map, a Google map. And it says 11:59 pizza in San Francisco. That's a brilliant idea for a skateboard. Pizza! We need pizza! Mr. Yamaguchi, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Hey, definitely come and check out this shop. It's very, very cool. And definitely get these accessories. I highly recommend this. I am definitely gonna pick one of these up for, I don't know, maybe I'll meet someone nice, give it to them, and they'll fall in love with me for being a skater. Who knows? You never know. Anyway, I will see you later. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Alright, I'm finally back home from my trip out to Ibaraki, where I had a really great time with my GoPro, probably one of the best devices I have ever bought. Today was insane, I had so much fun, and actually I need to explain that actually at the skate park, after I took that video, the guys came over and talked to me and they looked at my skateboard, they're like, hey, your skateboard is T19, that's a really popular team in Japan. I didn't even know that. I had just bought the skateboard because it looked cool and had the Minecraft style on it. Going for a fun drive, listening to my favorite music is one of the things that I love to do the most. If I can go somewhere without driving, I tend to do that instead, but going for a drive on the weekend every now and then, that is fun. Going for a bit of a cycle, eating delicious curry out in the countryside. I love finding little restaurants. It's like they don't know what's going on out in the outside world and they don't care. They just sit there in the countryside making curry and I'm like, I love you so much. And then finding that park and that ripcord. I have never been that close to a windmill in my whole life. How on earth do humans do stuff like this? It was inspiring. And then finally getting to the skate park was insane. Those guys were really, really nice to me. They came over and they said, oh, you're a beginner. Well, they didn't say you're a beginner. I told him I'm a beginner. He's like, oh yeah, well, your ollie looks okay. At least you're going in straight. And then he gave me a bit of advice. He even said, while you're skating, if you try looking in the direction you're skating, because I used to do that, but then my body would turn too much. And then I started focusing on looking sideways while skating. And now he's kind of like telling me, hey, you know, actually you can afford to look forward a little bit. And it's interesting because once you start to look forward, you don't stare straight down, you actually learn a little bit about how it feels to do an ollie without staring straight at your feet. Before I left, they said, hey man, you should totally check out a skate shop which just opened. And I was like, well, I don't even know if he said it just opened, but he's like, totally check out this skate shop, it's very nearby. The guy was so nice. Checked out the accessories, the clothing, they got some really awesome skateboards. I'm hoping that in the future they'll focus even more on Japanese skateboards and Japanese products, which I'm sure they will. I think for now he's just focusing on the popular stuff. I talked to him later and he said he used to be a salaryman, which means office worker. I was like, wow. And then you opened the shop in May of this year, 2016, so that's literally 2.5 months ago. So it's a brand new shop. He's doing his best to open, you know, cater to skaters and the skating community nearby him. Although I did play Pokemon Go, I didn't really find anything except for the Pokestop, which was the skate park. It's time to see what you guys have been saying in the comments. Okay, I've got my first comment here. It's by Badut Bakekok. They say, what do you think about the new NEX, the new NX? I think they're talking about Nintendo NX. And I did check out the Eurogamer article. Thanks for the guys who sent me comments saying check out the Eurogamer article. That's super interesting. Nintendo NX? I could turn that into a whole while I'm making coffee episode. First of all, I think it would be foolish not to make a tablet. To make another 3DS would be a big mistake because we don't have space in our bags for bulky folding devices anymore. As much as the 2-screen thing is cool, I'm totally fine with carrying an iPad or an iPad mini in my bag. So if they make something like an iPad mini or even a full-size iPad, I would totally buy it. In fact, I really do want to buy that accessory that puts controllers on my iPad. The thing is, I'm not a big fan of iPad games currently. Well, the iPad games that use the controllers on the side, I'm not that big a fan of it. But if I liked those games, I would totally get the controller, stick it on my iPad, and as much as I love, you know, as much as I love my PS Vita, my 3DS, I just think that I don't mind. I don't mind playing on a huge big screen because I'm just used to doing that in the train now. In fact, when I get my Vita out, I'm like, why am I playing on this tiny screen? I could be playing on an iPad. So first of all, the whole going for the large tablet form factor, I think that's a really good idea. Being able to plug into a TV, I'm not so sure about. I feel like anything that has a cable connecting your device to a TV is going to make it less likely to be used. You would have to bring that cable with you places, so when you arrive at your friend's house, you're like, hey, do you have the NEX to HDMI cable? And they'll be like, what are you talking about? I don't have one of those. So I'm not convinced that connecting it to a TV is a good idea. If they could find a Wi-Fi way to do it as fast as, you know, at the moment we've got the gamepad on the Wii U. That is
almost instantaneous with the way that they send information between the console and the gamepad. If they could find a way to do it wirelessly, yes, I would totally be into that. The other thing that's interesting is apparently it will have detachable controllers. Now, I actually think that's a really good idea, as long as games are playable without the controllers as well. What I really want to say is I will do anything. If you're Nintendo and you're listening now, Reggie, Fisami, whatever, whoever's in charge of Nintendo right now, I will do anything to have Splatoon portable. Even if you gave it to me on a 3DS, even if it wasn't the NX, just give us a 3DS version, I would play Splatoon exclusively, nothing else. The whole channel would turn into Splatoon. Moving on to the next question, I have a question from SCO. They say, what is that blue keyboard? Room tour, please, Nay. I don't have time to do a room tour tonight. I'll probably have to clean my room before I do a room tour, but I'm so glad you asked me about my favorite device. Oh, I say it's my favorite device. This is one of my favorite devices ever. I bought it for about $30, ultra cheap. This is a Bluetooth keyboard with 3 separate Bluetooth connections, which means I can synchronize with 3 different devices and with a single touch launch my Surface Pro, my iPad, or my large iPad. This is like the best $30 I've ever spent. On this shelf, sometimes I have the Surface Pro, but sometimes I have the iPad. It just depends on what kind of work I'm doing. And sometimes I'll put the large iPad there and it's just like, oh, reaching over. Have you ever reached over to something this far away and tried to type on it? It's the worst. I absolutely hate it. But with this keyboard, I can just set the iPad there and then just start typing and then it appears instantly on the iPad or the Surface Pro, and I don't need to have multiple different keyboards for the purpose, and I don't need to resynchronize, which is what I really wish. Headphones. I just haven't seen a pair of headphones. If you know about a set of headphones that can do something like this, let me know. But when I went to the shop and I said, do you have headphones with multiple Bluetooth connections? The guy was like, I have headphones that allow 2 sets to listen to one iPhone. I was like, that's not what I want. And I think I'm gonna end it there just because I've answered quite a lot of questions, I think, and this video is getting far too long. In fact, it could turn into its own episode soon, which I'm hoping it won't happen all the time. So I'm gonna end it there, but I really appreciate you joining me for the ride today. Going for a drive skateboarding was so much fun. If you have a chance, definitely check out Mellow Stones, their shop. If you're ever in the countryside, look them up, or if you're not, just follow them on Instagram, which would really support this guy. I mean, he's only had his shop for 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks. He's only had his shop for 2 months, and just by following them on Instagram, I think you can help their following so that people who are actually in Japan are more likely to discover their page and go shopping. I really hope that he succeeds with his shop. I hope anyone who is doing anything which helps get them closer to their dream, I hope you have the best of successes. Don't forget that you don't have to do your passion as your job. You can totally work 3 jobs at the same time to allow yourself to do the thing that you love. That's also totally legitimate, so don't let anyone tell you that you have to do your passion in order to be legitimate or do something, because that's totally not true. Anyway, enough about the philosophizing. I've had a really long day. I'm gonna take a shower because, as you can see, I look terrible and it's time to go to sleep. So see you later. Oh, don't forget to comment, subscribe, share, links and all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Battle 2! Hello and welcome to a NihongoGamer video. I'm gonna go visit a shop later, which I think you're gonna be very interested in if you happen to like Pokemon Go. Pokémon Center! Let's go ahead and play a bit of Go. Alright, so here we have it. Pokemon Go in front of the Pokémon Center in Japan. I've just been told by the Pokémon Center to stop filming Pokemon Go.